Hello everyone. Today I will discuss whether bicyclists should be allowed to share the road with motorists. In 2010, a good friend of mine was out riding her bike when she was hit by a car. She ended up with a cracked skull, a bleed in her brain, and horrible back problems. She now has to spend the rest of her life going to doctor's appointments and worrying if any day could be her last because of this accident. This issue has undergone decades of research and has still not been resolved. This did not have to happen to my friend. Hundreds of thousands of people have been seriously injured or have died due to accidents like these. Today, I will stress the importance of why bicyclists should not be allowed to share the road with motorists. I will talk about the views that motorists and cyclists have on sharing the road, and I will tell you what we can do to make this change so that there are no more injuries or death caused by accidents like these. According to Jerry Hirsch, a writer for the LA Times, over 1,000 bicyclists were killed in motor vehicle-related accidents in 1975. Over the years, those numbers have dropped, but not nearly enough. According to data released from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, from 1994 to 2014, more than 15,000 people were reported dead from motor vehicle versus bicycle accidents. This number is too high, and it continues to grow. Just 2 months ago, a man named Michael Shankman was riding his bike in his neighborhood alongside the road in Queens, New York. According to the New York Times report, he was traveling to a bike trail and was on his way to cross over into another lane when he was hit by a motorist. He was dragged for 25 feet and died from his injuries. This was the 14th death caused by an accident like this year in Queens. His death could have easily been prevented. Injuries, like the one my friend is dealing with still today, could have easily been prevented. In 2012, CNN asked people on their Facebook page what they thought about cyclists and motorists sharing the roads. Cyclists took some jabs at motorists, saying, "Stop texting, eating, putting makeup on, talking on the phone while driving," or "If you're worried about those 5 seconds to safely get around a cyclist so you won't be late for work, you should have left 30 minutes earlier," or "It is safest for everyone for bicyclists to be on the road. That is why it's the law. Get over it and stop honking and yelling at us." So this cyclist thinks that it is safest for her to be riding her bike on the road. But a report compiled by Alan Williams, former top scientist for the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, says cyclists are safest with a physical separation of bicycles and motor vehicles by providing cycle paths. But he noted those are rarely feasible. According to bikeleague.org, 31 states consider a bicycle a vehicle, according to state law. Only 19 states require that bicycles stay off the road and take a bike path, a bike lane, or stay at least 3 feet away from traffic. Despite these laws, people still think that it's incredibly safe to ride their bikes on the road. So back to that CNN Facebook post, motorists responded to cyclists by saying, "Cyclists stay off the roads without bike lanes. You slow down traffic and are putting yourself in danger." And can't tell you how many times I almost turned one of you guys into street pizza because you didn't warn me of your turns. The bottom line is, it is incredibly unsafe for bicyclists to share the road with motorists. You will most likely die if you are hit by a car than if you were to fall off your bike on a bike path or run into someone walking on a sidewalk. We cannot always control home break-ins or store robberies, but we can create a safer way for bicyclists to travel. So let's talk about some of the solutions. Hirsch, the writer for the LA Times, mentions adding more bike lanes, bike boulevards, bike boxes, or bicycle traffic signals. These are all fantastic ideas, but the best solution is to create separate paths away from the road. It can be done, it's not impossible, I've seen it done. But if where you're living officials deem it impossible, they should at least make a 5-foot lane for bicyclists to safely travel on, preferably with a rail between both lanes. To make these changes, we need to start petitions in our hometowns. We need to network with others to start petitions in their hometowns. We need to attend hall meetings, town hall meetings, city council meetings, contact your local officials more than once to stress the importance of this issue. According to pedbikeinfo.org, in 2014, 726 people lost their lives in bicycle motor vehicle crashes, just under 2 people every day of the year in the US. Most of us know someone who was injured or has died because they were hit by a car while riding their bicycle. This does not need to happen any longer. We can change the statistics. we can prevent future injury and death from these types of accidents. Take action. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
No, ma'am.
No. All right.